going down, everybody? So today we got an update on that beer virus that's going on, right? The coronavirus. Now, as you guys know, I am in Washington State. That is why I'm giving you guys an update. We are underneath a soft quarantine, and I kind of want to explain to you guys what that means for someone here in Washington State. Now, on my first video, I didn't really see too much. Now, a few days later, bro, shit's getting real, my dude. Basically, so my wife, she ended up coming home because she just wasn't feeling well. Just the normal, she wasn't feeling well. So her work said, hey, before you can come back, you got to go get a doctor's note saying that you do not have the coronavirus. So we go into the walk-in clinic, right? And as soon as you pull up to the walk-in clinic, you can tell something is different. There are 2 tents outside with guards. And so we pull up to the first tent. We tell them, hey, we're here just because the wife needs to know, hey, what are your symptoms? I got a cough, and that's it. They say, hey, we're not doing tests here at this facility. You actually got to go up the street. So we had to go about 10-15 minutes further and then get her tested there. We pull up there, same thing, guys. There are tents outside. First guy's a security checkpoint. Hey, what are you here for? Hey, I got a cough, but that's it, nothing else. They told me to come here. They're like, okay, well, make sure you go stop in at that other tent. So we go stop in, tell those people the exact same thing. They say, okay, go inside. Go pull in to go inside. So we go to pull in to get inside, and the nurse at the beginning didn't want to let us in, right? She's like, why did they tell you to come in here? This and that. So then she had to call into a higher up just to let us in. Now, keep in mind, this is just a fucking walk-in clinic. This isn't a hospital. This isn't nothing crazy. Literally just a walk-in clinic. So we go there. They finally see my wife. Now, for them saying that there are no charges for the coronavirus shit, that is a lie. My wife had to pay her copay. And, yeah. But if she did have more signs of the coronavirus, you guys want to know what they were going to do? This is what they're doing to everybody now. They have them pulled to the side of the building, and the doctors come out to them, to their car. Bro, people be tripping like a motherfucker, right? So today, my son, he ends up having to come home from school. Now, I sent him to school. I put him on the bus like I try to do every morning. That's kind of my job. I like to put my boy on the bus before I go take off to work for the day. So, dude, end up putting him on the bus, perfectly fine. End up kind of sitting there, get a call at around 11 o'clock. He starts school at like 9:20. So about an hour and a half later, we get a call. Hey, your son has a fever and he's not feeling well. And I was like, what do you mean he's not? I literally just put him on the bus. What do you mean he's not feeling well? He doesn't have a cough. I didn't think he had a fever this morning. So we're like, okay, whatever. So we go grab him, bring him home, and he's acting normal. You know what I'm saying? He has a slight fever, but nothing else. Now, guess what, y'all? Before he can go back to school and before my wife can go back to work, now my son has to get cleared from the coronavirus before we can even move on, right? So now my wife, she's stuck at home. My son, he's stuck at home for at least 48 hours. Once, like they said, hey, he needs to not have a fever for 48 hours without any medication, so without Tylenol or Motrin. He's got to have no fear. So that's where we are right now as a family. Now, the weirdest thing to this is when we went to go take my son in, they're not accepting him right now, and they don't take his insurance for some reason. He's got different insurance than my wife, and they're not taking his insurance. So what we had to do, we actually had to do a video chat, right? And that's how we found out that we have to wait 48 hours. But aren't we supposed to have these fucking tests? I understand, it takes some time, this, that, but Germany and Italy, I want to say, both have tests right now, and they offered to give them to us, and we said no. And we decided to develop our own. But the ones that we developed fucking suck, and they were giving off false negatives. So Washington State, figure your shit out, man. This is ridiculous. As for the quarantine effect and other shit, it is affecting other stuff, man. Everything that has to do with public anything. Like, I was planning on going to the Emerald City Comic Con. That shit got canceled and moved to the summertime. There's other things that just I'm not willing to do. Like, I'm not willing to go to like a buffet. You know what I'm saying? I'll still go out to eat. I'll still live my life pretty much normally. But there are small things that are differently. When I go work out, I use a lot more hand sanitizer now. And you really got to be mindful of where you cough. Because if you cough anywhere, people are going to look at you like you're fucking like the death. You got the death on you, brother. You don't be coughing. So now, like, and it's super fucked up because I like to get stoned before I work out. When I get stoned, I cough for a good half hour afterwards. Now, it's not consistent coughing, but I'll have a couple of coughing spurts that come up from me smoking about a half hour prior. And people will be fucking tripping. And on top of that, when I go work out, I have something, I want to say it's a sports-induced asthma. So whenever I start going and I start going, I start getting tightness in my chest, and I start coughing and wheezing when I start going crazy. Now, this only lasts for about the first 15, 20 minutes of my workouts when they're fairly intense, and then it goes away. But for those 10, 15 minutes, man, I am coughing, bro, and you should see some of the looks I be getting, my dude. It is absolutely hilarious. Now, I understand where they're coming from. They don't want to catch this shit. They're getting scared by all the media and all this. I get it, guys. But I am literally just coughing. And if you guys have been paying attention, because I work out with a lot of the same people, we go in at the same time, and they see me. They know me. They know how I work out. They know how I sound. And a few of the guys, they're, because some people freaked out today, saying, hey, you shouldn't be coughing. You should go home. And a couple of the other guys were like, no, that's he always coughs. That's how he always is. That's just what happens when he works out, And I explained to them what was going on, and they were still pretty uncomfortable, man. I honestly didn't give a fuck. I just kept on using hand sanitizers. I'd wipe off the machines before and after I used them, and it's just common courtesy. But this quarantine, it is becoming to be not a fucking joke. The stores are still packed full of people. People are buying a shit ton of shit. Traffic is still a lot better than it usually is because so many people are staying home. Toys are still up. I went into the daycare for my daughter today, and it was empty. There's like 2 kids in there. Usually it is packed. So people are terrified. This fear-mongering shit is working. Whether we should be as afraid as they say they should, I do not know, man. Like I'm not a scientist, I'm not a doctor, so I cannot tell you for certain that, this isn't as bad as everyone's saying it is. But when I look around here in Washington State, there is it seems like a big overreach, but maybe they just want to be extra, extra careful, man, because we don't know everything about this virus, and we don't know how fast it really mutates. Apparently, it can mutate in a week or 2. That's a quick-ass mutation rate, and it's going to be hard to find a vaccine for some shit like that. So they just kind of want to do their best, I guess, to kind of lock us down. There are certain school districts in Washington that are doing just a video, like virtual schooling. For 2 weeks. They're keeping everyone out for 2 weeks, because that's how long this virus lasts, and then they're bringing everybody back. But that doesn't really make much sense either, because what if someone has it like a week into that time off? When they come back, it's like they're fucked. They're just going to give it everybody else again, because you can re-catch this shit, I'm pretty sure. Once you get it once, you are not completely safe from it like it would be from certain strains of flu, where you get that strain of flu, can't get it again. I'm not sure the coronavirus is the exact same way, guys. So just wash your hands, be vigilant. Washington State is a crazy, my dude. There's a lot of weird shit going on. First time I've ever seen tents outside of walk-in clinics, and with guards, bro. We talking military style guards. It's pretty fucking crazy. And yeah, just thought you guys would like that update. I will talk to you guys later. And yeah, let's get it, y'all.